Everybody is talking about Endrick, and rightly so. He's a very talented player. But there's another Brazilian who I seem to really like, and nobody ever really seems to talk about him either. He has the potential to be nearly as talented as Neymar, okay? I'm going to be honest, Neymar was a whole new level. To get into the Ballon d'Or rankings at Santos, that's a joke, and I don't think any player will ever do that again. But William Esteval's talent shouldn't be undermined because he really has the credentials and the fundamentals to really go far in football. And Chelsea have recently signed the 17-year-old, and what a coup that is. Because let's be honest, the wingers, art of the wingers, is dying out. There's not many wingers with a lot of flair, skill, and dribbling ability. But when I seem to see some crop up, they always catch my eye, especially in this day and age of robotic wingers. When I was watching the highlights of William Esteval, I thought, wow, this guy's tight control, this guy's, confidence on the ball, and this guy's, just this whole target of getting at his fullback and dribbling and taking him on at every single opportunity is something that I just have to admire and clap my hands for, because it's not easy in this day and age. There's not many players with the confidence to do multiple dribbles and get past their fullbacks, but when there is, they look really good, and I feel like we need to appreciate him. Actually, I feel like a whole video was needed on him to just talk about his talent. So if you didn't know, William Esteval is 17 years old, currently plays for Palmeiras, is a right winger, left-footed, and has an abundance of talent. When I say abundance, I mean abundance. He has opposition managers sighing and being like, how are we going to defend against this guy? He is too good. That is how good he is. And when those players are about, you just have to look at them and just applaud what they're doing. And it's not even just his flair, skill, aesthetics to watch and just enjoyment he gives you. He's also producing numbers, which is really key in this day and age. He's got 17 games played, and he's got, quite a lot of goals and assists. He's got 8 goals and assists in 17 games, I think I've got that right. And that is pretty good, especially for a 17 years old playing their first season in senior football. The fact he's gone for 60 million euros to Chelsea just goes to show how much talent he has. And well, it's not just me who's saying this. There's lots of people talking about him within Brazilian football. Neymar himself has come out to say that Esteval is a genius and he is the next big thing out of Brazil. To have the prince himself come out and say this about you just speaks volumes about your talent and skill, because Neymar just doesn't come out and talk about anybody. He's actually deliberately nominated him as the next big gem out of Brazil. And I'm going to just say it is such an exciting time if you are a Chelsea fan, of course, but a football fan as well, to see this flair, beautiful footballer come into the Premier League in 2 years as well. It's just going to make the league absolutely explode, because this talent cannot be taught everywhere. It's not just Neymar as well. A former Brazil winner actually came out to say this about William Esteval. Since Neymar, he is the best Brazilian-born player. And that was Branco, who has formerly won the World Cup with Brazil and is a youth coordinator with Brazil at the minute. So for him to come out and say this about Esteval, you just can't help but get excited, because, even watching his highlights, watching the full games, he's always active, he's always demanding for the ball, and his sweet left foot as well is just an absolute joy to watch. And football fans, you're going to absolutely enjoy seeing this guy play and ball out. And it's just, so good to see him, because the wingers are dying. I've said this before. There's not many players you can look at in world football and be like, he gets me off my seat every time I watch him. Vinicius Jr. is probably one of the closest players in terms of wingers right now who still has that flair and ability to get you off your seat. And maybe Messi, even though he is tailing off, and Neymar, before his massive injury, still had that wow factor about him. So the fact we've got William Esteval coming through, he's just 17 and he's going to be in Europe soon. I'm just going to want you guys to remember this video, because William Esteval, remember the name.